everyone, in this video we will solve an important SQL interview question, how to find missing sequence number from a table. Okay, so what is our problem statement? Our problem statement is like write a SQL query to find the missing sequence number from a table. So I have a table, you can see the sample data, like I have a table sequence test and which having data like sequence number, and this sequence number data having like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10. So if you see this table, you can see after 5 there is 6 number is missing, after 7 there is 8 number is missing. So that our expected output is we need to find out whatever the missing number in a table we need to find out, right? So let's solve this by step in Oracle way. So I already have 3 approaches, so we'll solve it in 3 approach way. So let's move to solve this. So you can see I already created the sequence test table and also inserted some sample data as I shown to you. So let's solve this by step. Okay, so as you can see the table, like we have a table with the sequence number, but some numbers are missing, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10, and the missing numbers will be like 6, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, and so on, right? So whenever we wanted to solve it in SQL, I'm going to solve it in 3 different approaches. So first approach is like I will be using the connect by. So approach 1, first we will generate a sequence using the connect by up to the maximum number. Then we will execute the number that already exists. Let's see the query step by step. Okay. Select level as missing number from select. First I will write the query, then I will explain step by step how it works. Okay. Level from dual connect by level from dual connect by level less than equal to select maximum sequence number from sequence test. From sequence test where level not in, select sequence number from sequence test order by level. So let's run this query, then I will explain to all of you. Okay, here is level. I need to run now. You can see our table having the information like sequence test, you can see. So here until 10 number is there. So our number we are getting 6 to 8. Right? How it will work? First we'll understand, then after that we'll need to go like how the missing number until 14. Suppose if the expected output is 14, then we need to do the hard code for it. Okay? But for now, we will get it. You know, like in our table, the data is having 1 to 10 records. Okay, until this 10 record, our 10 sequence number, we need to find out those missing record. Okay, so while I'm running this query, I will finding out like 6 and 8 here. So let's understand this query how it works. Even if you will see here the level I used here level. What is level here? Level is actually a special Oracle pseudo column that starts at 1 and increments row by row. And then after that I used as a level. Here level is we used it as a alias. So suppose any Oracle interview, suppose if you are going to explain in Oracle way, just always mention that connect by with level is a common trick to generate series of numbers without having a numbers table. Okay. Then after that I use like from dual table. As you everyone know, dual is a Oracle's dummy table. Always has one row. So we use it when suppose we need SQL to return something without relying on a real table. For example, suppose in other databases, like suppose you think about like Postgres SQL or MySQL, we like you might need like generate underscore series or like recursive city instead of this dual. So you can solve it by using that generate underscore series and even the recursive city UI. We can solve it, but we are solving it in Oracle way, so that we are using here the dual and connect by level. If you see here the line connect by level less than equal to select maximum sequence number from sequence test table, right? So this particular line, what exactly it was doing, if you see here, it will be like this keeps generating rows until the maximum sequence number from the table. Suppose if this maximum sequence number will do hard coding. As you can see, our output is like until 14. Our sequence number until 14. So what we'll do, instead of doing dynamic way, we can use the hard coding way here 14, and we'll achieve the result as until 6 to 14, whatever the missing number is available, until 1 to 14 sequence number, we'll get that information. Okay, so but whenever we are using the maximum sequence number instead of hard query, so our query is like dynamic and adapts automatically to a new data. Okay, suppose if I wanted to use until 14 data, so how I'll do, I will just simply use the hard coding data like 14, right? So whenever I'll be running this query, I will achieve this. See, 6, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14. It was giving to us until our sequence number suppose 14, then it was giving until the 14, see all those missing numbers which is not available in the sequence test table. Okay. Then after that, I was closing the I was closing the subquery, and after closing the subquery, at this point we have a virtual table with numbers like suppose 1 to maximum sequence number. So where level not in means where level not in, select sequence number from sequence test table. So here what is happening here, comparing generated numbers against the actual ones in the table. If a number exists, suppose if a number already exists, it will exclude it. Suppose if not exists, then it will show it. So here what is the pro tip I can give? So be careful. Always within not in, if your table has null values, a null in sequence will make not in return nothing. So safer alternative way, you can use not exist. And you can see here order by level I used here, because this is like we are just doing the simple setting. So in the pro tip is like suppose if you want to always use the order by clause in your final result, because even if not required also, it makes our output predictable and also very clean. Okay, I hope this this approach will helpful to you by using the connect by. Okay, because this is the most Oracle style solution, and whenever any interviewer asks about number generation, mention connect by level. It's unique to Oracle. Okay, next move to our approach to by using minus operator. This is the like very shortest query, and always remember that minus always minus operator, how it works. Okay, so I will do what I'll do. I'll just copy all those queries and let's see. Okay, so here what I'll do, I'll just change that query like select level. What here directly we can use like select level as machine number. Okay, from dual connect while level less than equal to 14. Here we don't need anything because we are using the minus operator. This is the very easiest and simplest way, minus. Okay, so then we can come onto our like select where here not required for select sequence number from sequence test. Okay, then add by instead of level we can do as 1. So let's run this query and see the output. You can see we are getting the same output. So you can see here because this is the very shortest query, and also remember that always minus removes the duplicates automatically. So it's the best when you only care about the unique missing values. So level, as we are using the level here, level as the missing number. So generally all numbers from 1 up to 14. Alias it is like alias we are using the missing number. So here from dual, as I explained on my previous solution, dual is a Oracle's dummy table. Okay, so then after that I use by connect while level less than equal to 14 because it generate the number 1 through 14 because until 1 to 14 it was generating those numbers. Okay, if you want dynamic then you can use here like select maximum sequence number plus n from sequence table, because in dynamic way until how many numbers, suppose I am instead of 14 I wanted to get to generate until 100 number, so I can provide it like n number, so I can provide it dynamic way 100, so that it will also giving to us the sequence number to us like whatever the missing sequence number, then it will generate those numbers. Okay, so here as we already using the like hard coding until 14 number, so I use like 14. Okay, then you can see I use the minus operator. As I told you, minus is a Oracle set operator. Actually how it works, because it is subtracts row of the second query for the first query, then here all numbers, whatever the all number minus actual numbers in the table, whatever the actual number is available in our sequence test table, it was minus like it will do minus, means minus it will doing the minus and giving to us the like missing number. So here minus automatically remove the duplicate. That's why it's very handy when you want only distinct missing values. Then after that I use like the select sequence number from sequence test. This means whatever the return, it will returning the existing number from the table. Whatever the existing number is available from the table, it was returning those columns or those numbers only. Okay, then after that we are using the order by 1. So sort by the first column like it will be like missing number, so that I use the 1 is the missing number. So you can see our output whenever we are running this query, we are getting the same output like 6 8 11 12 13 14. Okay, next you can see this is the very simplest way. The next move to our third solution, yeah, third approach by using the left join. Okay, so let's copy this query and just paste it. I will use what the suppose s dot level as machine number. Then I can do from select select. Then I can use the same way level as level from dual connect while level less than 14. Then we are going to use our left join, so that I will use like suppose S, then I will use then sequence, because our table is sequence test, right? So I'll do the T, so and s dot level equal to t dot space t dot sequence number is null, then order by instead of 1 I will use the s dot level. Okay, now let's run this query. You can see we are getting the same result by using left join as well. So let's explain how this query works. As you know, I use the level as level because it generates the number 1 to 14 and I use alias as the level. Then after that I use from dual because dual table here dummy table again. Then after that connect by level less than equal to 14 because it generates the sequence number from 1 to 14. Then after that I use like s I because I closing the subquery and give alias as s. Now we have a virtual table. We can say like virtual table as s with number until 1 to 14. Okay, so now I have used left join sequence test t on s dot level equal to t dot sequence number. So here left join generated numbers s with the actual table t. If a number exists in the table, we if a number exists in the table we get a match. If it does not, we get null. So simply what we are saying, because this is called an anti-join pattern actually, so finding a value in one set that do not exist in another. So it's like very powerful for data quality check purpose. Then after that we use where t dot is sequence number is null. So this row, it means it keep only rows where the join found no match. These are the missing number, and after that I use order by s dot level. That means it is sorting the results in ascending order. Then after that we are getting the output like whatever the missing number like 6, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, we are getting those results in ascending order. So you already saw here like we saw three ways by using like a connect by, minus and left join. So all give the same result. Okay, so in interview, suppose in interview I will suggest to explaining at least two approaches to show the versatility. Okay, then after that, so we already discussed all those three approaches. So that's today's SQL interview question on finding missing sequence number. So in the next video we'll discuss another interesting SQL problem that's often asked in the interviews. So if you found this useful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to comment your approach. So I would love to learn from you as well. So see you in the next video. Thank you all of you.